here, Bill Hitchcock. Welcome to the program, and we have got a fantastic program, an amazing program. We've got Marlin and Sailfish Mania, I'm calling it, to get out to you. And speaking of mania, will you believe that lobster from the beach? Yeah, I'm talking North Carolina. It just happened. Shrimp, not in a trawl, in cast nets, loading up right now. Drum up and down the coast of North Carolina. Spadefish, Spanish mackerel, tuna, dolphin, wahoo, offshore, and flounder. We're getting ready for the flounder season to pick up. But before we get going, I want to bring up a double state record alert. This is a great story. Jody Hopkins and his son Odin just made history off the coast of Ocracoke, July 13th. Landing not one, but two rare species. First one is a channel scabbard fish at 7 pounds, 3.2 ounces, and a spiny cheek scorpion fish, 4 pounds, 6 ounces. Both are now new North Carolina state records. Even cooler, Odin's fish unofficially ties the IGFA world record. These guys, that's father and son combination, by the way. The Hopkins were jigging 33 miles off Ocracoke in nearly 700 feet of water, both using a torpedo jig. So congratulations to those guys, father and son. And in the pictures, did you notice how slick cam it was? Yeah, it has been like that every now and then. Now, flounder season opens up September 1 through 14th, just as a friendly reminder. But I also want to give you a little friendly reminder that beginning December 1st, now we did a show about this about 6 months ago. I'll put the link in the message area here at YouTube. But beginning December 1st, 2025, both recreational fishermen and commercial fishermen, when they are recreationally fishing, will be required to report to the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries the harvest of red drum, speckled trout, gray trout, striped bass, and all three species of flounder. This pertains to recreational fishermen and commercial fishermen when they are recreationally fishing. Again, that's December 1st of this year. You got a report to the Division of Marine Fisheries, red drum, speckled trout, gray trout, striped bass, and all three. I don't know if you can hear that. It's lawn maintenance day. Oh well, perfect timing on my part. And all three species of flounder, December 1st. Go to the division website. Now, fishing report, Nags Head Pier. This is one of the reasons why I brought up about the flounder season. They say Zach and company put a herding on the flat ones. Yeah, they're talking flounders, waiting patiently for the season to start like the rest of us. Also, Spanish mackerel. So congratulations to those guys. And we've been hearing more and more about flounder catches. I don't know if people are just fishing more for flounder. Well, they're starting to show up, move. So, or just getting ready for that September 1st start date. Now, Haynes Courtney at Jeanette's Pier with a nice king mackerel caught this past Sunday. Congratulations, Haynes. Now, Fishing Frenzy out of Nags Head. I wanted to show this to you because we've been talking about the weather a lot, because we have these thunderbolts and lightning thunderstorms that just pop up and go away. It'll rain, it'll be nasty for 15, 30 minutes, and they move on. It's typical for this time of year, but I wanted to show you what it's like heading out to sea when it's like that. Friday about 10 or 11. Up there that way. Again, that was Fishing Frenzy out of Nags Head. Just wanted to give you a little sense of what it was like, or what it is like. That's heat lightning. Also, Fishing Frenzy, they're doing real well with things like tuna, dolphin, and wahoo. Now, viewer submission, Calvin. He says, good Spanish at dusk in Corolla. Always love to hear that. Salty Waters OBX Fishing. He said, today was one of those days. Pretty epic fishing for Rodney and family. Cobia, dolphin, and a remora. Now, they didn't say how they caught the remora, and this is the first time I've heard about cobia up in that neck of the woods in a long time. In fact, the only time I've been hearing about cobia for the past at least two weeks has been down in the southern region of the state of North Carolina. So congratulations to those guys. Okie dokie. Outcast Fishing Charters out of Wanchese. They said, the boys is eating good. Actually got the spades to eat today. No arrow, chum on. Now, I assume when he says no arrow that he's talking about no bow and arrow. Sing! Because spadefish, by the way, will come up to the surface of the water, turn on their side in sun. And sometimes it can be a mind blower. I remember one time just in front of Atlantic Beach, just saw like 100 fins just woof, woof, popping up because they're laying on their side just underneath the surface, and their fin will pop up. But I wanted to make comment about a traditional way to catch spadefish. It's a delicious eating fish. Is with cannonball jellyfish, sometimes called a cabbage head. Here I'm showing you a picture of one. Now, this is not like a man of war where it's going to sting and hurt and be bad. They do have a toxin in them. I'll just leave it at that. So just handle these things carefully. And I know some, I've been handling them for 100 years and I ain't nothing. Well, there is a toxin that can be involved. Oh, and I also it's really great when you're fishing for spadefish. What guys will do is put those jellyfish, the cannonballs, on a stringer and just let them float behind the boat, because the spadefish love that kind of thing. Now, Oregon Inlet. Fish the Pelican is the name of the boat. This is some of the most exciting footage you'll see. Marlin, fish the Pelican out of Oregon Inlet. Love it. All right, now speaking of love it, here's some more video from Clay McPherson in the Oregon Inlet area. Take a look at this.
You gotta love it. Mahi on the trout rod. Swing them around, yeah, either side. Oh yeah.
They were out 10 miles and they were catching mahi on a trout rod. Also enclosed, he says, Bill, it was insane. Inside of the beach, we found some gorgeous water and gorgeous fish all around the boat. Again, that's Clay McPherson. Fantastic guy. Thank you, Clay, for sending this stuff in. Go to Facebook, look up Clay McPherson. I'm sorry, it's something Siege. Clay, I'm sorry. I'll have to make it up to you. I forgot the name of your chart of business. Now, in-game sport fishing out of Oregon Inlet Fishing Center says you can't ask for any better weather or fishing we're having right now. The fishing has been epic, tuna and dolphin. And again, with Clay, you saw there was just slick cam out there when 10 miles off when they were fishing for those dolphin. Now, another viewer submission. We got some pictures and video. This is John Poole. He says, me and my son Tucker, Carl Spear, Dow Phipps, yeah, that's right, and Ray Hampton from Norfolk fishing with Captain Sumner Matling of the Albatross fleet out of Hatteras. Slick calm again. Said 9 different species, including this Ross. Now, that's a pretty looking fish, isn't it? Let's show you some video that they shot. I believe it's catching a wahoo and a dolphin.
Somebody out. Get your long gaff, brother.
Long gaffer.
Get him right here, Ross. Don't want any more.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Good job, Captain.
It's not weighted. You might want to wait for this.
Well, definitely.
That's right. A nice little mahi.
Hold him right there for just a second. Don't want any more.
Nice. Nice work.
All right, congratulations, John Poole and crowd. Wonderful pictures. Thank you for sending them in. By the way, email me, billhitchcock@mail.com, billhitchcock@mail.com. If you got pictures or videos, a report you want to get out, please don't use any other method because I don't always see those other methods. Email me, billhitchcock@mail.com. Now, Hatteras, this is what I wanted to, what I made mention about at the top of the show. Rodanthe Beach, a lobster, a large spiny lobster. I'll just play this real brief video. The video was shot by Grace Kelly, and Stephanie Kelly says, if you are looking at the Rodanthe, he said, where did he catch this spiny lobster? He said, Stephanie says, if you are looking at the Rodanthe Pier from the parking lot, it was found to be to the left side, about 3 house lengths down. So they don't say anything about how they caught it. It seems like there it is and they grabbed it. Who knows? A spiny lobster, a big one. in the surf. All right, Carolina girl in Hatteras said, we threw everything but the kitchen sink at them today. Troll, jig, dink rods, and bailing rigs, but it paid off in the end. Citation 26-pound albacore, some mahi-mahi, a couple of wahoo, and some full-grown jacks. Congratulations to those folks. Hookup Charters, Hatteras, said, my most common question I get is, why do you carry so many rods? Well, he says, today was a prime example of why. We had 32 fishing rods on board and used every single one of them at some point today. Great fishing inshore and nearshore with a mixed bag of everything. Well, there's your fishing report. There's bluefish, red drum, barracuda, dolphin, Spanish mackerel. You just can't ask for more than that. Frank and Fran's fishing has been much more productive early in the morning and evening. It's that time of year for it. Adam caught some nice pompano again today, both on the Psycho surf fishing legs and eggs rig. Why the pompano activity in Ocracoke and Hatteras Island has just been great. I don't know why. Big ones. This year we've heard of pompano over 5 pounds being caught in that neck of the woods. So congratulations to those folks. Now, here's another exciting thing. Report. Back bar sport fishing. They're out of Frisco there on Hatteras Island. Drum. And more drum. It says, today I broke my #1 rule about leaving early in the morning. Evidently they didn't. He says, we didn't find much till the bottom of the 9th, and it all came together. The early bird doesn't always get the worm. Now that's an interesting thing, by the way. You see all those beautiful drum. They went out late and it's during the daytime. Some folks swear by fishing only at nighttime for drum. And some folks say you don't need to do that. So drummer here, drummer there, drummer everywhere, day and night, go fishing for them. Now, Ocracoke, this is my favorite video fishing report of the year. Let's go to Tradewinds Bait and Tackle with their fishing report from the beach.
Hey everyone, Jeremy with Tradewinds. I'll be brief with the fishing report today as the beach is about to close. We've been down here at South Point for about an hour, hour and a half, and caught a few nice bluefish, seen a bunch of Spanish jumping out here. The water's beautiful, feels great out here, and a lot of sharks as well if you're using some of the bigger baits. There've been a lot of sharks. Anyhow, I've heard a lot of reports of pompano and whiting up as well, the northern ramps. Anyhow, come into Tradewinds and check us out. We'll get you on the fish. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
It was a little bit dark. It's Ocracoke. You know, get an Ocracoma. That's what happens. It's great information. Thank you, Tradewinds Bait and Tackle. Please stop on by there if you're on Ocracoke Island. Now, the boat Fish Ocracoke. They said, if catching a sailfish is on your bucket list, it's time to go fishing. And he's right. He says, congratulations to 3 of our anglers on their first sailfish catch and release. We also caught some dolphin as well. Now, as we move on into the central area, you're going to hear about sailfish again. A viewer sent this in. Mike Palumbo says, hi, Bill. My nephews, Wyatt and Nash, are in town. It's their first time to the Crystal Coast, and they got very lucky catching these red drum off the dock in Core Creek. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Says, smiles for days. Love your show, by the way, Mike Palumbo. Congratulations to all y'all for those catches. Chasing tails, bluefish, Spanish mackerel, and drum. And that's really, you know, a short report, but I mean, they're everywhere. They're here. They're in the sound, in close, and we're going to find out just how in close these things are with Captain Austin's guide service and eco tours there in Carter County. He says, sight casting to schools of over slots, that's talking about the drum, in the surf, and a cooler full of Spanish and blues for dinner. Now, did you notice those, what was behind them? It looked like Shackford Banks, could have been Core Banks. And did you notice that particularly one drum wasn't red, he was silver? And that's because they're oceanside. Don't forget that the fish, whatever, shellfish, crab, shrimp, red drum, they are flavored by the waters that they are in. So when the drum are out in the ocean, they kind of lose that redness to them. When they're in the back creeks in that brackish water, they'll turn very, very red. All right, now this is my little fishing report. Me and the mystery woman. I need to take video. See the shrimp? The shrimp in the back creeks and the sounds, that area, are just thick as thieves. Just start blind casting and you'll probably find them. Sometimes you see them pop in water, but I can't tell you how much 20 pounds worth in about 30 minutes with a single cast net, me throwing. Also crabs, the blue crabs. Look at this. I mean, that's just a simple little crabbing method that takes a couple to 3 minutes. So, but I did want to bring to your attention, if you do, as a recreational person out there, go for shrimp, it's 48 quart coolers. That's the rules and regulations, 48 quart cooler with heads on, or 30 quart cooler full with the heads off per person per day, or if a vessel is used, per vessel per day. That's cast net only, no size limit to the shrimps. Boy, I remember when it was 100 shrimp a day per cast net per person. Now it's a 48 quart cooler. Wow. Crabs, 50 crabs a day, do not exceed 100 crabs per vessel per day. And those are your rules and regulations in regards to shrimp and crabs. If you're a recreational person going out there, please do. It is the time of year. It is fantastic. Now, the bill collector, sailfish, where did we hear that before? And wahoo. Ramblin' Man, by the way, the bill collectors on the Morehead City waterfront, same with the Ramblin' Man, a Spanish mackerel. And to be quite honest with you, boys and girls, that this time of year for the offshore boats, the six-pack boats, it's a pick and choose type environment. Tuna, dolphin, wahoo, going after billfish, you can stay in close, get some Spanish mackerel. So it's really a pick and choose. And as I've been talking about for a real long time, it can be a very, quote unquote, boring fishing report for the six-pack boats. You know, tuna, dolphin, wahoo, simply because that's the report all the time, simply because that's what they're catching all of the time. The only prohibitive factor, of course, is weather. Now, Bogue Inlet Pier, water temperature at 87 degrees, and they say that is the warmest it's been since there's been an individual recording the water temperatures there since the late 90s. So hopefully it'll start cooling off. Some congratulations to get out Wayne Parsons of Broadway, North Carolina, 3-pound, 1-ounce Spanish mackerel. Now listen to this. This happened again. Gil Respis of Kinston, 2-pound, 12-ounce speckled trout. Derek Matthews of Pikeville, North Carolina, 2-pound, 9-ounce speckled trout. And there's some other speckled trouts that were caught there. There's been speckled trout it was caught there last week. And I'm not really hearing of any other place per se, Oceanside Pier more specifically, where speckled trout are being caught now. This is what I really like. In the southern region, Ryan's Inshore Adventures out of Sneed's Ferry. I love this type of chart. He said, we did a couple of hours of shelling / sandbar / swimming and a couple hours of fishing. These kiddos had a blast and put on a clinic with a drum and flounder. We even saw a sea turtle. And that's... I really like that. You're going out there to have fun. Remember, it's recreational fishing. Go swimming, go shelling, go sandbar hopping, spoil island hopping, go do some fishing, all types of fishing. Just have fun with it. So I'm really glad to hear that. Johnny Mercer Pier, we don't have a report. Evidently, in their location, not on the pier, but beside the pier, there was some filming going on for a motion picture. And if you're not aware of the film studios in the Wilmington area, they've been there for a long time. Used to do a lot of Stephen King films. There's what's the Summer I Turned Pretty is down in Carolina Beach, where they usually or oftentimes film. So that's why we're not getting a report from them. But Sunset Beach Pier, they say Rich and Walter with a couple of nice Spanish the past couple of mornings. Also a gentleman by the name of Bill, listen to this, with a nice 26-inch red drum yesterday evening. He said it's the first cast, first fish on his brand new rod. So you better believe he's now his lucky rod. Fish which charter, which I can never pronounce properly, Carolina Beach Municipal Docks, that's where they are. And I just simply wrote everything. Take a look at that picture. Everything is there. Rigged and Ready Fishing Center Supply. Look at those grouper. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. All right, that's all the time that I have for the fishing report for right now. Email me, billhitchcock@mail.com, billhitchcock@mail.com. If you got fishing reports, pictures, video, particularly video, this is a visual video business. Let us know what you are fishing with, what bait, what lure. Show us what the bait lure that you are fishing with. don't need to know your secret fishing spot. It would be good to give us some context as to whereabouts you are, the conditions that you face, and that type of thing. So email me, billhitchcock@mail.com. Love to get you on air. And it doesn't matter if you're a charter boat captain, if you're a pier, if you're a bait and tackle shop, if you're a guide, if you're an experienced fisherman, or if it's just your first time out. Just send us. And by the way, if you know some charter boats and whatnots, piers that we haven't, or bait and tackle shops that we haven't talked about, get up with them. Say, hey, get up with Bill. Send you stuff, because the only requirement is you send me stuff, not money, pictures and video, and we'll talk about you. Just let us know. All righty, I'm Bill Hitchcock. Until next time, see ya.